house guests, welcome to today's Celebrity Big Brother updates and spoilers. Here are our house guests of the day. Thank you guys so much for the support. You're super awesome and we appreciate it. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, they were in the middle of the Power Veto competition. Everyone was playing except for Ross because there's 7 people left. And guess what? Oh my god, it was one of my favorites. The face morph. I cannot wait to see this play out on the show. I can't wait to see the ugly babies that these people make together. It's gonna be great. And guess what? Ari was the big winner of the POV. Okay, so after the feeds came back, Marissa, Ross, Ari, and Brandy are in the landmark bedroom. And Marissa's like, is there any way we could get Mark to put up Omarosa? Now, this is what Mark was saying initially. He said, you know, if either Ari or Brandy win the Power Veto, I will put up Omarosa in their place. But it looks like he finally woke up and realized, oh crap, if I do that, that group of 4 is just going to freaking vote out Omarosa, and then I'm going to be screwed. So Mark was in the gym with James, and he says to James, I'm nominating Marissa. Okay, I'm not going to give them a chance. Period. End of story. She hasn't been up on the block yet, so I can use that as a reason. Just be like, hey, it's your turn. Go for it. And if they're really going to get Brandy out and vote her out like they said, this should not be a problem. All right. So Mark says he really feels like he needs to do this because he was downstairs and he said they're still trying to rally. He heard them saying, like, it's not over yet. We can still do this. So Mark is like, yeah, I'll entertain what everybody's got to say. You know, I'll entertain all deals and listen to them, but I'm not going to commit to anything. Marissa is going up. Okay, so then, you know, they're both very excited that Brandy's going to be going. They say this is where the Brandy train ends. They've had enough, okay? Especially James. He's always complaining about Brandy bullying him. So then, oh, James. Mark is freaking woke. James is still asleep, okay? He is like, you know what? It's good that Ari's staying because if she wins HOH next week, she'll go after Omarosa, and then we don't have to do that. And Mark is like, okay, Mark is not quite awake yet. He's like in that twilight state because he's like, yeah, Omarosa and Ari will take each other out. I don't think so. I'm sorry, but no. Ari, I feel like, will definitely go after James and Mark. Come on. James, she knows that James is coming after her. Of course she's going to go after him. And anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, James was even, like, thinking about possibly throwing the competition to Ari if it comes down to that situation, because he's saying, like, I don't know when the last HOH is going to be, because they don't know what the format is going into this finale. It's different than it's ever been. So he's like, I still want to be able to play in the next one. So he's going to keep throwing it to people as long as he feels like he's going to be safe. Can you imagine if he threw the competition to Ari and then she got rid of him? That'd be classic. But anyway, Mark is letting him know, I don't know how safe you are if Ross or Marissa win HOH. James is like, but we have this alliance. You know, I gave Ross his HOH and I've done so much for them. You think they care? Mark is like, yeah, that's all in the past and they want to win. So if they get the chance to take a shot, they're going to take that shot. Okay, so then, you know, their plan going forward is to remind Ross that he will have a better chance against a guy in the final 2. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Ross is tricky because it's really going to depend on how bitter the jury is, because Ross has been in control for a lot of the game, and he's been calling a lot of the shots, but he's also burned quite a few people. So if they're still upset about that, he's not going to win. Okay, so then Marissa, Ari, and Brandy were in the landmark bedroom, and I just want to set the scene for you guys. Brandy is wearing this long brown wig. She's been, like, doing these fake psychic reading things for them or whatever. Somebody's been watching Vanderpump. No. So anyway, they can see that Marissa is probably going to be going up as the replacement nominee, and they're realizing that they made a big mistake with that first eviction. They should have kept Chuck around instead of James. Duh! Could have told you that. But can you imagine how different the game would be if James went home in that first week and Chuck was still around? They think that they would have had a better chance against him in competitions. Because, like, yeah, he's an athlete, but he is on the older side. And James is, like, really, really sharp, too. I don't know if Chuck would have done as well in the mental competitions. I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm just saying James is really, really sharp. So they also think Chuck would be more likely to work with them than James would. And I agree with that. All right, so then they're trying to think of deals that they could potentially make with Mark to get him to put Omarosa up, and they're having a hard time coming up with things to offer. And they're like, maybe we could say we'll all vote for him in the final 2 if he puts up Omarosa. But are you really trying to tell me that you would stick to that deal? Like, if it was Ross and Mark in the final 2, you're going to vote for Mark? Because I'm calling BS on that. So then Brandy's like, maybe there's a twist. The twist is that there's a double eviction this week, okay? All right, so then Ross and Marissa have a game chat in the storage room. They both feel awful about the situation they're all in right now. And Marissa's like, I think I'm going up on the block. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. What am I going to do? So then Ross is saying, I never heard the guys talk about you being the replacement nominee. You know, they've never... What? They've never said that out loud. They've been saying that it would be Omarosa. Oh well, things change. So Marissa's like, yeah, but if they put me up, it's going to ensure that Brandy goes. Makes sense. Okay. Anyway, Ross is telling them maybe we could say that if you go up on the block, they're going to lose you. Now, I'm not really sure what he meant by this. I'm not sure if he meant lose her as an ally moving forward or lose her as in she's going to get evicted. I don't know. I think he means lose her as in she's going to get evicted, but I'm not totally sure on that. I don't think it's going to work. I think Mark is pretty set on putting Marissa up on the block. So then Marissa's like, okay, how about this? I will tell Mark that I won't put him up, you know, if I win HOH, if he doesn't nominate me and he puts up Omarosa, and then we can just vote out Omarosa. Again, I don't see him believing that. And also, who would you put up on the block if you weren't going to put up Mark? Like, obviously, Mark thinks that they have this solid Final Four, but still, like, you're really going to put up Ari and Brandy? Because I don't see that happening. Or, like, I guess Omarosa would... No, Omarosa wouldn't be there. So, yeah, what are you going to put up? Ari and Brandy? Maybe James? No. So then Ross is trying to cover his butt with Brandy a little while later because they have a Final 2 deal. And he doesn't want to lose that jury vote. So they're chatting up on the Sky Bridge, and Brandy's like, you know, you came to me asking for a Final 2, and you pinky swore that you would let me know if I was going up on the block, and you would never vote for me to go. So what's going on here? So Ross is like, I don't remember that specific part about, like, never voting you out and stuff. So Brandy's like, all right, well, is this done? You know, is our Final 2 deal done? And Ross is like, well, were you trying to get me out last week? Now, let's just keep in mind, Ross was up on the block against Brandy. Okay? She was... You really think that she's not going to try to save herself? But the sad thing is that Brandy's like, no, I didn't ask anyone for their votes. And that's true. She did not campaign last week. She was just waiting to see if there was going to be some sort of twist that would save both of them. She was not campaigning against Ross. So then Ross is like, well, some of your antics have made the game a lot harder for the group. You were always picking fights with James. You voted against us on the Shannon vote. And that's not cool. So Ross is basically letting her know that he's going to be voting her out this week if Marissa goes up next to her. So Ross is like, I don't want to lose any friendships over the game. And Brandy says, you won't. But you also won't be getting my vote in the end. That had to hurt. So Ross is saying, I don't think I can even win in the end. I'm not thinking about it. Ross, come on. We know you're thinking about it. All right, so then the house guests had some fun last night playing Truth or Dare, blah, 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 blah. Moving on. Ross had a quick chat with Mark outside. I think last night was their final night in the backyard, and then they're going to be on lockdown for the rest of the show because there's going to be mad competitions going on in the backyard leading up to that finale. So anyway, Ross is like, sup, what's going on? Mark says the plan is the same. Brandy is still the target. And Ross is asking, who's going up? Is it Omarosa? And Mark says, most likely. Ah! At this point, Mark has already decided he's putting up Marissa. However, he told James that he does not want Marissa to know until just before the nomination or the POV ceremony, because he doesn't want her like sulking around forever. So he's keeping that under wraps. He didn't even tell Ross. Wow. All right. So then Ross is saying it's going to be tough voting Brandy out because she is a friend, but I get it. You know, we'll do what we got to do. All right. So then Marissa and James had a game. I was going to say Marissa and James had a James chat. Marissa and James had a game chat in the landmark room. This was pretty late last night. I want to say it was like 1 a.m.-ish. And Marissa is talking about how she's worried about potentially going up on the block. She's saying those girls move quickly, meaning Brandy and Ari, and they tried to get her to turn on Ross last week, so what if they like work their magic on people this week? And Marissa walks out. And James is like, it's fine. We have numbers. You're going to be all right if you go up. And it's going to be okay. So then James is saying, we just have to make sure that Omarosa doesn't win the next HOH competition. So freaking Marissa tells James, if Mark put up Omarosa, I promise you I would vote whichever way you guys want me to. Bullshit. There's no way that she would vote out Brandy over Omarosa. There's no way. And James is saying, why risk it? It'll make everybody's decision easier if you're up there next to Brandy, because we're not going to get rid of you. And I don't believe that he would flip, but you never know. Okay, so then there was another interesting late night chat, this one with Omarosa, Brandy, and Ari in the green bedroom. And Omarosa's like, Brandy, I will vote to keep you if the other votes are there. Like, we could make this happen. So she says the guys should want to keep her and Brandy around because they would be able to beat them in the final two. In fact, those might be the only two people that they can beat. So she's like, why are they getting rid of us? And then Brandy's like, yeah, James and Mark are really missing the big picture here. They should be keeping us. However, they're too focused on getting rid of the girls, and they're still keeping it like a gender game, whatever. They don't care which girls they get rid of as long as it's a girl. So they think that Ross is also making a big mistake because if he goes to the final two with Marissa, they feel that Marissa will win, which would really tick me off because I feel like Marissa is just riding Ross's coattails, right? Don't you guys feel that way? I don't know. It would annoy me. Yeah, so then Omarosa's encouraging Brandy to talk to Mark. Maybe they could flip the vote this week. Who knows? And Brandy's like, I don't know. I'm going to sleep on it because Brandy doesn't want to, like, beg to stay. Come on. Play the game. So then today, from what I've seen, nobody really made any further pitches to Mark about the renom. And I don't think Mark even approached Marissa about going up on the block, unless it was like after the feeds went down for the ceremony, but like I didn't see it, so maybe he just sprung it on her, but she knew it was coming. Like, James and Ross both said, like, you're probably going up, but nobody told her straight up, you're it. So anyway, they had the power veto ceremony. Ari used it on herself, as she should, and Marissa was nominated in her place. So it'll be either Brandy or Marissa going tomorrow in the first eviction, and then somebody else. So let me know who you guys want to see go this week in the comments. Well, everybody's going this week, but you know what I mean. And until tomorrow, much love.